Iron Man and The Dark Knight are some of my favorite superhero movies of all time. So I've decided to make the second part of my Versus series I'm doing, and verse Iron Man versus The Dark Knight. Hello everyone, my name is Zachary Movie Chat, and today I am doing another Versus video, the Iron Man versus The Dark Knight, as I've already said like twice. And yeah, so before I get started, be sure to tell me down below, what do you think wins in all three of the categories? Remember, we have categories story, performance, and character, and the person and the movie that wins the most of those categories is the champion. Of course, also make sure to subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the bell if you don't want to miss a video. And with that said, here we go. Dang, that intro was fast. Alright, so my first category I want to talk about is the story. Iron Man's story is perfect. I mean, I really enjoy the story about Tony Stark, a guy in the beginning you're like, he's just a party animal, we don't like him, he's kind of a-hole, and then as the story goes along, once he gets kidnapped, he's like, I need to change. He becomes a better person, tries to help people. And that, to me, is just perfect. Along the way, we have the great villain of Obadiah Stane, and how he transitions to the end is great as well. The action in this film is also great. The pacing is also great. The writing is great. All that contributes to a great story that began the best franchise in the universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But The Dark Knight, I really like this story as well. Now, it's great. That's all I gotta say. It's not perfect. It's got a few loopholes because as the movie goes along, it kind of abandons the story and just goes up to Batman and Joker, and then we have the Two-Face plotline. But this is a story about everybody's just not trusting the Batman or anyone anymore because these mob bosses, and then they put him away, and the Joker tries to get his revenge and all that. That is great. And I do think it transitions well onto giving us Two-Face as well. Not that I've said at the beginning why it's not perfect. I don't think any of that's bad. I just don't think it's a perfect as Iron Man. Even though I do really, really like the story with all these villains coming together. We get Two-Face and Joker in this one. All that is just great for this movie. But the winner is Iron Man because it just started off the cinematic universe in a perfect way with the story. And it just does a great job setting up the movies that we got later in the franchise. And it's one of my favorite movies of all time, mainly because of the story. But the second section in here is the performances. Now, Iron Man's performances are great. Like I said, we couldn't have Robert Downey transitioning to a good guy without Robert Downey's performances. Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. No cap. I mean, he is great as just playing him, and even later in the franchise, he is one of my favorite superheroes now. I never liked Iron Man until I started rewatching all the movies because I just got to see Robert Downey Jr.'s amazing performance. That's just great. Jeff Bridges, Obadiah Stane is also great. Gwyneth Paltrow is also great in this film. Now, the only person I didn't like is a person who played Roddy Rhodes. I prefer Don Cheadle over him. But besides that, this cast is amazing. The performances in The Dark Knight, though, I think, are even better. Mainly because of Heath Ledger. Mainly Heath Ledger. It's Heath Ledger versus all the cast members in Iron Man, and Heath Ledger wins. That's how great he is. He can make a simple scene be so terrifying as a villain. He could put a knife to your guy's mouth, and you could be on your edge of your seat knowing he's going to die, but don't want this guy to die because Heath Ledger is such a terrifying villain, and he's my favorite villain of all time now. I hated the Joker until I watched this movie, and now the Joker's my favorite villain because of Heath Ledger. That is amazing. Heath Ledger is amazing. Christian Bale is also really good in this film, but let's just focus on Heath Ledger, and if you could have guessed, The Dark Knight wins the performance section because of Heath Ledger. But the last section on here is character development. Iron Man's character development, like I've said before in the previous two sections, Iron Man is this guy that you don't like at all in the beginning, but as he moves on, you like him even more and more. Robert Downey's performance is great as him, but the way his character is written is perfect. Jeff Bridges, you also grow to kind of like him in the beginning, but he grows to evil, kind of like the opposite of Tony Stark. But besides them, Rhodey Rhodes is the only person who does not character develop, him and Pepper. But besides that, I do think Iron Man and Jeff Bridges characters. Why did I just say Iron Man and Jeff Bridges? I mean, Iron Man and Obadiah Stane's characters are grew to perfection. The Dark Knight, though, I don't really think anyone really learns a lesson in this. That's why the character development's kind of disappointing on this one. The main reason I love this movie so much, though, is Heath Ledger. But he doesn't really grow because he's a villain. Batman, I don't think, really grows. Two-Face is the only one who grows from being a likable guy to an evil guy. But besides that, there's no character development in this movie, and that's kind of disappointing. So that's why Iron Man is my favorite superhero movie of all time. Congratulations, Iron Man. Dark Knight, you came in second. I still love you, buddy. You are amazing. But also, again, make sure to tell me down below which is your favorite superhero movie. It could be the Iron Man and the Dark Knight. I prefer that, or it can just be any one of your two favorite superhero movies. Just tell me. With that said, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you never miss a video, and of course, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.